Good afternoon, students. Myself Amit Kumar Sharma. I am the lecturer of chemistry in SVJMS Block Karoli. As a participant in Model Educator Competition 2019-20, I want to represent my educational video. The educational video is based upon the chemistry practical. This educational video is having the topic as redox titration. So, do you know what is the mean by titration? Any one of you? Okay, I will tell you what is the mean by titration. Actually, titration is an analytical method in which a standard solution is used to determine the concentration of an unknown solution. It means we are going to have a known solution, means the concentration of that is known to us, and we are going to discuss about the concentration of an unknown solution on behalf of that. So that will be the aim of this titration. As the chemistry is always based upon the practical, this practical is going to be very important for your CBSE board examination 12th class. So now we are going to discuss about that particular topic. We are going to discuss about the objective first of all. The objective of this titration is to determine the concentration and the strength of an unknown solution of KMnO4 by using M/20 ferrous ammonium sulfate, commonly known as Mohr salt. In this particular experiment, we are going to discuss about the concentration and the strength of an unknown KMnO4 solution, which is also known as potassium permanganate, and we have given the concentration of a solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate, commonly known as Mohr salt, and it is M/20 in concentration. Before starting the experiment, I would like to give you some specific precautions about that. Always be calm and keep your patience with you in during the experiment, and it is very important to follow the regulations of lab, because if you will not follow that, you will definitely get some hazard. So the requirements of this experiments will be, there will be two kind of requirements. The first one will be physical requirement, as the equipments are required. The second will be the chemical requirement. For this particular experiment, the physical requirements are burette, pipette, burette stand, funnel, conical flask, beaker, white paper and test tube. As the chemical requirements are considered, the chemical requirements will be the known and standard solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate, which will be of M/20 concentration. The second thing which will be required, that will be the unknown solution of KMnO4, to which we are going to determine the concentration and the strength. The third thing which will be required for this experiment will be a dilute solution of sulfuric acid, and the concentration of that will be 5N. The next thing which we are having the requirement as a chemical requirement, it will be distilled water. So to perform this experiment, first of all manage all these requirements so that you can perform that better. The theory of this practical is very important, because before learning the procedure, we should know about the theory of this experiment. The process of titration is employed to find out the volume of one solution required to react complete with a certain known volume of solution of some other subject. Means over here we are having KMnO4, which will act as a self indicator and an oxidizing agent. We know that we are having the need of indicator during the chemical experiment or the titration. Over here we are having KMnO4, which will act as a self indicator. The next one will be Mohr salt. This is ferrous ammonium sulfate, which will act as a reducing agent. So ultimately this titration is going to be the titration based upon the redox reaction, because one of the component will get the oxidized and the second will get the reduced. The third point is, in the presence of dilute sulfuric acid, acidic KMnO4 react with reducing agent, and when all the reducing agents molecules are oxidized, the excess amount of KMnO4 is not decomposed and impart pink color during the to the solution. What I mean to say, when you will perform the experiment, then the oxidation and reduction will come together, and when the concentration of that KMnO4 will be a little bit more or single drop more, which will be considered as end point in further experiment, then you will definitely get the pink color during the experiment. That pink color indication will mention you that the reaction has been completed, and this will be your end point, or in simple I can say you, this will be your particular reading. So for the next one, we are going to discuss about the chemical reaction of this particular experiment. The reactions are of two types over here. We are having first one as a molecular equation, and the second one is ionic equation. As we know that we are having the unknown solution of KMnO4, and we are including some amount of sulfuric acid over there. So the reaction will pursue as 2KMnO4 plus 3H2SO4, that will further go to K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus 3H2O, and it will give you nascent oxygen. The next part will be for ferrous ammonium sulfate, commonly known as Mohr salt. It is FeSO4 dot NH4 whole twice SO4 dot 6H2O plus H2SO4, and the nascent oxygen which will work as an oxidizing agent over here will get the further oxidation into ferrous sulfate ion, ammonium sulfate ion, and the water molecules. So the total reaction is in front of you. After that, we are going to perform the ionic equation. The ionic equation is indicating you that the electrons are transferred from magnet ion to magnus ion. Means magnet ion has been turned into the magnus ion in this particular reaction. So this is called reduction particularly. And the next one is Fe2 plus, which is turning into Fe3 plus. This particular reaction is of oxidation. So ultimately, the complete ionic equation is magnet ion reacting with the protons, and then ferrous ions which are obtained from the ferrous ammonium sulfate will turn into the ferric ion. The magnus ion will turn into the magnet ion will turn into the magnus ion, and water will release along with that. So this is the particular theory of this experiment. In short, I can mention you that the KMnO4 solution, which is unknown to us, is going to be reduced by ferrous ammonium sulfate, and ferrous ammonium sulfate will give you ferrous ion which will be oxidized in this particular condition. So we are going to perform this experiment. Let's talk about the procedure. So welcome you in my chemistry lab. I am going to perform the experiment which we are discussing about. It is the redox titration. The titration between a non-solution of KMnO4 and the non-solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate. To perform this experiment, we are having the requirement of some equipments which I have earlier discussed about. So let's perform the experiment. Before starting the experiment, we will first of all rinse the burette and the pipette with specific chemicals. The pipette will be rinsed with the ferrous ammonium sulfate, and the burette will be rinsed with the KMnO4 solution. Be conscious about not to rinse the conical flask, because if you will rinse the conical flask, it will definitely create some error in your experiment. So let's I have already rinsed burette and pipette before the experiment. Now I am filling the unknown KMnO4 solution, which the strength is to be determined in the burette. Use a funnel to fill that so that it can never come out from the burette and cannot spoil your experiment. So first of all, you will fill that. We have clamped the burette in a specific clamp, and we have filled the burette up to the mark. The burette is having about 0 to 50 ml, and as I have filled that with the unknown KMnO4 solution, it is very important to remove out the funnel from the upper side, because it can also have some error in your experiment. So I have filled the burette with concerned KMnO4 solution. Now to perform this experiment, we are having a non-solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate. I am already having a prepared solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate. The concentration of that is m/20. I am going to pipette out that in a specific conical flask. So I have pipette out that up to the mark, and I will rinse it, I will release it in a burette. It is very important to have patience during the experiment, because if you are not having the patience during the experiment, then definitely you will not get the perfect answers. So I have released that. If there is last drop remaining in the pipette, there is no need to blow the air inside that. Make a jerk inside the beaker, and you will get the complete releasing of the chemical. So as I have released ferrous ammonium sulfate in the amount of 25 ml, the pipette which I have used is 25 ml, so I am using that 25 ml in my beaker. Okay, so the next part of this experiment is to mix about 5 to 7 ml or maximum to 10 ml dilute H2SO4, that is of the concentration of 5N present in my laboratory. So I am using about 5 to 7 ml H2SO4 solution or the reagent over there. Always use holder. This will be the sufficient amount to perform this experiment. I am mixing that in ferrous ammonium sulfate. The need of H2SO4 is very important. Do you know why I am including that H2SO4? Actually, I am including this H2SO4 inside the ferrous ammonium sulfate so that the reaction can be performed faster. I have mixed this amount, and now we are going to perform the experiment. We have already filled the burette and it is clamped perfectly. Now we are going to perform this experiment, and to perform this experiment we have ferrous ammonium sulfate, and on other hand we are having the burette. We want to get the end point of this reaction. Always manage the burette according to your visibility. So now we are starting the experiment. The experiment will start with the redox reaction. The KMnO4 will come out from the burette and it will release to the concerned ferrous ammonium sulfate. We are going to justify the end point. That end point will give us a specific volume, and after that we will perform the further experiment. So I am releasing KMnO4 in a concerned ferrous ammonium sulfate solution. Always keep patience, because the chemicals which we are mixing should not react very fast. It is very important to squirrel or stir the container with the mixing of KMnO4. It will take a little bit time because the reaction is going to be redox reaction. So as I have earlier discussed about, you will get the end point during the reaction. That end point will give you light pink color. Always stir the burette, always stir the conical flask gently. When you have reached to a middle amount, then try to include the chemical slowly so that the reaction can get sufficient time to perform it. If you are watching it, still it is not having the end point, so we are going to include some more amount of KMnO4 further. Be very careful that the single drop can change the color of this solution. So it's very important to mix the things drop wise. The end point will give you the difference in color. The color will turn into pink. During this specific titration, we know that KMnO4 is working as a self indicator, so there is no need to include any different indicator during the chemical reaction. The first reaction will be a rough reaction, because during that particular reaction we do not know the proper concentration. So the first reaction will be a lump sum reaction resultance, or it will be about rough reading. We are going to include some more amount of KMnO4, but that should be in controlled manner. During this experiment, when we will get the initial reading, then we will get the same procedure, and we are going to discuss about the two concurred reading. The concurred readings will be the resultants, or we will use those for the calculation purpose. Still we are not having the end point, so we will include some more amount of KMnO4 during this experiment. So after mixing this all, we are getting the change in color. This change in color of ferrous ammonium sulfate solution is indicating you that we have got the end point. So it's important to read the reading right now. Always be conscious that if you are reading the burette reading, then because it is a colorized solution, so we have to use upper meniscus. To wash the meniscus properly, we'll use a white paper so that we can read the things properly, and that white paper will not reflect the other part, light part. So now we are using a white paper. Okay, so we are reading this reading of burette. It is about 21.8. As I have discussed about, the KMnO4 is a colorized solution, so we have to use upper meniscus. In case of colorless solution, we will use lower meniscus. So the reading of this experiment will be 21.8. It will be the initial reading or a rough reading. We will follow the same procedure and we will get the 2 concurred reading. So the concurred reading will be used for the calculation purpose. So now let's talk about the calculation. But before that, you have to listen some precautions. The precautions during the experiment are very important because you have to follow that with the procedure. The first precaution which you should be very conscious about, that to remove the funnel. The next precautions which you should be conscious about, always use the KMnO4 inside a ferrous ammonium sulfate drop-wise. The next one, never use a rubber clamp because rubber clamp always react with KMnO4 solution. Do not use a rubber clamp or rubber jet for the burette. The next thing which you should use, mix a sufficient amount of H2SO4 so that the reaction can perform better. Use pipette and burette because all these are the glasswares, so use them with consciousness so that you can not get the harm. So now let's discuss about the calculations. So students, as we have performed the experiment and I hope you have easily understand the procedure. Now we are going to discuss about the observation table. This is in front of you, an observation table. In this observation table, we are having 25 ml in each part as a reading of ferrous ammonium sulfate. The initial volume of that burette is 0 and the last volume which we have recently conquered, that it is about 21.8 or 9. We will put that over here, and after that when we will get the 2 concurred reading, then over that in the last of the point we will include that as a concurred reading. We are going to perform the further calculation by using concurred reading. So let's talk about the calculations. Titration of KMnO4 solution versus Mohr salt has been performed. The solution taken in burette, which was the solution of KMnO4, is mentioned as V2 as a volume. The concentration of KMnO4 has been is to be calculated, so it will be M2. Solution taken of ferrous ammonium sulfate in pipette will be V1. The concentration of standard ferrous ammonium sulfate is M1. So according to the redox reaction, to balance 1 mole of KMnO4, as we have discussed about the reactions, to balance 1 mole of KMnO4 we need 5 moles of ferrous ammonium sulfate. So the calculation will be M1V1 is equal to 5 into M2V2. So by that procedure we want to get the value of M2, which is going to be the concentration of KMnO4. The M2 is equal to M1B1 upon 5B2. As we will put the value of M1B1, we know that it is for ferrous ammonium sulfate, so M1 will be M by 20. The V1, as we know that it is 25 ml, the 5 into V2. V2 is the concurred reading, so we will put the value and the M2 can be easily calculated in mole per liter. Strength of KMnO4 solution is equal to M2 into molar mass of KMnO4, and you will multiply M2 with the molar mass of KMnO4, which is 158, and you will get the last answer of your result. So as in the last of the practical, we will mention the result. The result will be in 2 phases. The first one, as our objective was, we are going to put the concentration of unknown KMnO4 solution, which is M2, and it will be, as you will calculate that over here. The second will be the strength of given KMnO4 solution. The strength of this given KMnO4 solution will be obtained in gram per liter. So it was the complete experiment. I think you have all understand that, and you will perform that better in your laboratory, and when you will face the practical examination, you will definitely perform that as good as I hope. So at the last of the moment, we want to give you some precautions. The precautions, as we discussed, all the volumetric apparatus should be washed well before use. Rinse the burette and with the KMnO4 solution and pipette with that ferrous ammonium sulfate. Conical flask is not to be rinsed with the concerned chemicals. Rinse that with the water even. Never use a pinch cork burette as KMnO4 attacks rubber, and remove the funnel after filling burette. Always read the upper meniscus in case of colorized solution. Squirrel the conical flask gently. I hope you will all get these precautions during the experiment, and I wish a better luck to your practical examination. Thank you.